to talk about what the real definition of being lukewarm is. I see too many over religious people call the slightest thing that's outside of their comfortability, their mindset, lukewarm. It is very annoying, and I have seen it time and time again. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what Jesus said in Revelation chapter 3, verses 15 through 16. And it says, I know your deeds, that you are neither cold nor hot. I wish you were either one or the other. So because you are lukewarm, neither hot or cold, I am about to spit you out of my mouth. Now, I may or may not get, backlash for the things that I'm about to say, but I'm here, I'm being obedient. It is what it is. So being lukewarm is basically being in a state of complacency and indifference and half-heartedness, towards God. It's just going constantly through the motions without any real passion, obedience, or devotion towards God at all. Now, what lukewarm is not is when someone is constantly is struggling with sin, but they're going to God, they're growing in their faith, they're growing in leaving the old behind. That is not what lukewarm is. And I feel like time and time again, the over religious people, they see that someone's struggling with sin and they instantly be like, you're lukewarm. No. Now, God's definition of lukewarm is checking the heart posture. The heart posture, we have heard that phrase that being talked about several different times within the Bible is the heart posture. And I'm not talking about the people that constantly say, God knows my heart, because no, that's just an excuse for a lot of people. It's that excuse is played out. We'll get back to that. We'll circle back around to that. So struggling with sin is completely different than someone actively, willingly sinning against God or doing things that they know that they're not supposed to be doing. And what I mean by them actively going out and doing what they know that they're not supposed to be doing, they're doing it without any real conviction. Because someone that's struggling with sin, they can literally be struggling with the sin, still actively doing the sin, but they feel that deep conviction in their heart because they know that they're not supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. And let's talk about people's definition of being lukewarm. People's definition is a little bit more rigid and it's a little bit more judgmental. They think that if you don't go to church every Sunday, if you don't are not constantly praying and fasting, if you're not reading your word every single day of every single hour, if you're not wearing certain types of clothes, if you're listening to secular music, and we're gonna circle back to the definition in a later video because I think a lot of people's definition of secular is flawed. I know at one point for me it was a little bit flawed, but there's two different definitions when it comes to secular music, and I'm a do a video on that too. And I want to clear it up. I'm not saying that you should not be fasting, you should not be reading your word. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the people that feel like it's a constant need, and if you don't do these works, that you're not really a Christian and that you're not really walking with God. That thinking and that pattern, again, is legalism, and you're missing the entire point of having a relationship with the Father. And this video is for an open discussion. I mean, that's partially the reason why I'm posting it. However, I'm not backing down from what I'm saying or what I'm believing. I'm open to whatever other people want to say. But yeah, I love you guys, and I'll do another video about, people using God knows my heart as an excuse, because that I can go on and on and on about.